What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my World Cup series. This is episode number 26, and we start today's episode off by looking at the group table. Of course, we played one and we've won one. We won it by 3-1 with our African Confederation teams. We get ourselves into another game here. Came against this side who won his first game by 8-1, and as you can see by his team, some good players in there, such as Thiago Silva, David Luiz, Dani Alves, Di Maria, Cuadrado, Hulk, Ramos. Very, very decent side. But the first chance would indeed fall to my opponent as Ramos finds Guarín. Guarín finds Cuadrado down the right hand side. A great chance for him to take an early lead, but Kameni makes a great save and Hulk strikes it towards the open goal. But I position my man on the line quickly enough and manage to get it away for a corner. But just a few minutes later, my opponent goes on the attack again. Di Maria sees Guarín, Guarín sees Ramos, and Ramos sees the back of the net. So 1-0 to my opponent early on, and he was looking really, really threatening. You know, every single time he came forward, he looked as though he was going to put the ball in the back of the net. He already did there with Ramos, and it's 1-0 to my opponent. And just a few minutes later, he has a corner. From that, he crosses the ball in with the Argentine Di Maria eventually into the box. Cuadrado even into the box as he changed the corner kick to Cuadrado into the box, and Ramos heads it in to get his second goal of the game to make it 2-0. So I can see how he scored 8 goals in his first game. He was playing really, really well, and he's already 2-0 up just before the half-an-hour mark. However, just a few minutes later, we try to respond, and as Gervinho gets played the ball down left-hand side here, a nice little double step over before playing the ball forward. Emenike strikes in. It's a good save by the goalkeeper, but Ayew follows in and makes it 2-1. So we're back in the game just a few minutes later, and I felt we really needed that as well. I wasn't playing very well. My opponent was looking really threatening, and I needed the goal to get myself back in the game. But just a few minutes after that, Cuadrado runs down the right-hand side. I'm never going to catch him. I try and position men in the box. Unfortunately, though, I can't stop the head of was it Ramos? Yeah, head of Ramos, and unfortunately makes it 3-1, and then celebrates like this, and it's just, why? Like, I talked about this before, why do people insist on doing that? Like, what is the point? It's 3-1 with the cross and header, and unfortunately I just could not stop Ramos, and it is now 3-1. And on the stroke of half-time, we try to get ourselves back in the game again. Yaya Toure plays a good through ball towards Emenike, who strikes it, but it's a really good save by the Brazilian goalkeeper, Victor, I think it was, and he keeps it at 3-1. In the second half, we tried to start brightly, and just before the hour mark, Yaya Toure gets on the ball, plays it forward towards Gervinho. Gervinho plays it back inside. It eventually comes to Emenike, who strikes it, but again, it is Victor who turns it around for a corner and keeps it at 3-1. So I couldn't beat the Brazilian goalkeeper, and it was still a 2-goal cushion for my opponent. However, in the 68th minute, Alex Song finds Ayew got our first goal down the right hand side, swings in across. Mikel wins the header, but again, it's a fantastic stop by Victor, and it is unfortunately cleared away. So it is still 3-1. We just continue to get ourselves back in this game and make it 3-2. But eventually the ball comes to Belkalam here. He gives it out wide towards Gervinho. Gervinho takes on Dani Alves. Nice little body feint down the left hand side. Then a quick little ball spin. Gets a bit lucky, but wins it back off Dani Alves. Gets onto his right foot and strikes it. It's blocked by David Luiz, but it falls to Martins. Eventually, he goes through, and I cannot believe I didn't get a penalty for that. I rounded Victor. He just barged into me, but I didn't get a penalty, and it was still 3-1. I thought it was really, really harsh, but I thought it's just going to be one of those games. I'm not going to get anything from it, even though I probably deserve at least something. But in the 77th minute, Alex Song gets on the ball and plays out wide towards Obafemi Martins. Martins, with the fake shot, gets himself inside, finds Yaya Toure. Lovely little dummy. It rolls through to Emenike, and he makes it 3-2. So, just over 12 minutes to go, we've reduced the goal deficit to just 1, and possibly a nice little goal there. Possibly we could go ahead and score an equalising goal in the last few minutes. That was our aim, and in the 82nd minute, Kameni plays it forward. It falls to Emenike. Emenike finds Toure. Great chance on the break here. It's still Toure. He rolls it through to Emenike. Really good chance down the left-hand side. He goes to shoot. He gets completely taken out, and the referee gives a penalty. So with just over 6 minutes to go, we have a chance from the spot to make it 3-3 and come back from 2 goals down and get ourselves a point in this game. As you can see, he just completely slides into him there as the referee gives a penalty. So Yaya Toure against Victor. Can we make it 3-3? Can we get ourselves surely the equalising goal that should give us the point? It is Yaya Toure against Victor. Can I score? Yes, I can. Smash it into the top corner. It's 3-3, and yeah, I have to say justice really was done, because that was how the game finished. It did finish 3-3, and I definitely felt I deserved the point, because I did look really threatening every time I came forward. Yes, this guy was a really good player, don't get me wrong, but I really did look threatening every time I came forward, and it was Victor making so many good saves. I felt as though I deserved at least a point in in this game, and I guess just because of that celebration alone, it really annoyed me. But as you'll see here, it was a balanced game, and if I didn't get a point from it, you know, so many of my shots were around the area. His were from quite a while out. If I didn't get a point from that game, I would have been quite annoyed. But still, we did get a draw, and that's good. It means we've got 4 points from our opening 2 games. Our player pack gave us a player from the South American Confederation. That was Fernandez. We also rebought our coin boost before going into our third and final group stage game. So with 4 points, 1 win and 1 draw, it's not been too bad, but I always like to win the opening 2 games, but it's not been bad. But as we come against this 83 rated 100 chemistry side, you can see by the group table, all we need in this game is a point, and we'll be going through. We did have a very good side featuring Falcao and Cavani and Cuadrado, Garay, Muslera was in there as well. So we did have a very good side, but I still fancy my chances of acquiring a point. And the first chance would fall to us in the 10th minute. Emenike flicks it on towards Martins. Martins finds Torre. Torre finds Emenike, and Emenike finds the back of the net. So 1-0 up 10 minutes in, and it was a perfect start for us early on in this game. And because that did mean my opponent would have to score twice if he was going to cause a shock and knock us out of the group stage, I really did feel confident. Because of that, I started to bust out the skill moves a bit more. This is a nice little run by Ayew down the right hand side. And although we lose the ball, we win it back, keep on going. Nice little roulette there. We take aim, but it's a good save by Muslera, and it is cleared away. So I was feeling very confident. As Belkalem gives that wide towards Emenike here, we strike it from range, but it goes just over the bar and out for a goal kick. But the early pressure was coming from us, and this is a game where I didn't really need to pressure. I could have just sat back and just wait for him to come forward and then try and hit it on a counter attack. But no, I wanted to win this game. Even though we could go through with a draw, I still wanted to win it, and that's why all the shots really were coming from us. And if anyone was going to score a second goal, it was going to be me. But in the 34th minute, Falcao gets on the ball for my opponent, goes down the right hand side and plays it through towards the run of Cuadrado, but Kameni makes a really good save. That's the first thing he had to do all game, but very good stop to keep it at 1-0. However, from the corner, it is Cuadrado, the rapid winger, who crosses the ball in towards Garay, who heads it goes across the face of goal, and unfortunately it's Falcao who turns it in with the header to make it 1 apiece. So things now looking a little bit more nervous. My opponent gets the game back on level terms, but straight kick off in the second half, we try to respond. Martins goes forward, and despite the tackle by Garay, we win it back and strike it from range, but it does go just over the bar and out for a goal kick. So in the second half, I wanted a real statement. You know, I wanted to get myself an early goal and get myself back in the lead, and that's why I just kept on looking for the breakthrough, just basically tiring his legs out as he was chasing my defenders down all the time. And eventually I look for the killer ball, and as Alex Song plays one here towards Martins down the right hand side, he's got a lot of pace, he stops the ball, waits for the run, nice little roulette here, then a step over, then eventually as he turns around 2 defenders, he ball rolls past the last one, gets inside and finishes the ball really nicely. So a nice little goal by Martins there, and that does make it 2-1, and we're back in the lead, and deservedly so in my opinion. A nice couple of skill moves, and it was quite a basic goal in the end. He didn't lunge or anything, but even so I just had to be patient, just wait, then get past him with the agility and put the ball into the back of the net. So 2-1 to me, and again my opponent needs to score 2 goals if we're going out. And in the 54th minute we could have made it 3-1. Nice ball by Mikel to Martins. Martins holds it up here with a nice piece of agility and shoots, but it's a good save by Muslera. I messed up such a simple 3-on-1, but unfortunately it was saved by the goalkeeper. However, from the corner my blushes were to be saved, because although Yaya Touré's header is well saved by Muslera, it comes to Matip, and Matip makes it 3-1. So 2-goal cushion in the game, and now any chance of my opponent knocking us out seemed very, very slim indeed, as he'd have to score 3 goals. And I was playing really well, and in the 75th minute we had a corner, it's crossed in towards Emenike, it comes to Gervinho, I flick the ball over his head and shoots on the half volley, but it's a good save by Muslera, tips it onto the post, and then somehow gets up quickly and denies Emenike following in. That was an amazing double save by the Uruguay goalkeeper there. That was brilliant, really was, and it's still 3-1. So he was keeping his my opponent in the game, his goalkeeper, but to be honest, every single time I came forward I looked like scoring. Emenike almost made it 4-1 there, and I really didn't feel like I was going to have a meltdown and go out of this competition in the group stages, because even though my opponent did have a couple of late shots here, this is one in the 81st minute, Luis Gustavo's strike being well saved by Kameni from close range, and then from the following corner it was cleared away. It came to Monzon, who strikes it, and again Kameni makes the save. I just couldn't seem to get the ball away, but I wasn't like panicking, if you know what I mean. Every time he came forward he looked as though he could score the goal to get himself back in the game, but I wasn't panicking or anything. I had total faith in Kameni to make the saves and just the knowledge that I could probably go up and score another goal if I wanted to. And again, he see Kameni deal with this corner. He ends up launching the ball forwards towards the run of Emenike. To Emenike down the left-hand side, lovely little first touch, tries to beat Maxi Pereira, doesn't, but he gives the ball away. It comes straight to Yaya Toure. A really good chance here. Toure with the step over, it falls to Emenike. He strikes it, good save by Muslera. Toure tries to cross it into the box. It's cleared away only as far as Ayew. Ayew fakes shots and loses the ball, but eventually it comes to Martins, and Martins does make it 4-1 with just over 4 minutes to go. So that was exactly what I was saying there. I felt confident knowing that even though my opponent was just trying to get himself back in the game with a lot of shots, I still felt confident that even if he does score, I could probably score another one because his defence was quite weak, and I did make it 4-1 there. And I could have made it 5-1 here in the 90th minute. 5-1, 5-1 in the 90th minute. Martins tried to loop it over the goalkeeper's head, and he did, but it went up to the roof of the net and out for a goal kick. And from that goal kick, it's cleared forward. Mikel tries to win it, but it comes to Falcao. Falcao flicks it on towards Cavani. Cavani takes it around Matip here. Really good chance. I'll make a good last-ditch challenge, but I almost give the ball away with Kameni, but thankfully I do get it clear. And Manike rolls it through towards Martins. A great chance on the break. It's Yaya Toure collects it. We strike it from range, but it's a good save by Muslera, and it goes out for a corner. But that's how the game would finish. A 4-1 victory, and that does, of course, mean we are through to the knockout stages of the World Cup, and that is absolutely fantastic news. And as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of my World Cup series very soon.